In the soil beneath our feet, an empire rises without sound. No banners, no walls, no visible borders. Yet its reach extends across continents, reshaping landscapes and challenging creatures many times its size. The fire ant does not rely on strength alone. It relies on numbers, coordination, and an unbreakable social code that turns thousands of individuals into a single living machine. Fire ants belong primarily to the genus Solenopsis, a group of ants whose origins trace back millions of years. Their ancestors were small, unremarkable insects living in warm regions, competing for food, shelter, and survival like countless others. But through time, pressure shaped them into something far more formidable. Evolution rewarded aggression, efficiency, and cooperation, forging a species capable of dominating its environment. Physically, a fire ant is small, rarely more than a few millimeters long. Its body is divided into 3 segments, armored in a hard exoskeleton tinted reddish-brown. Powerful mandibles allow it to grasp, cut, and carry objects many times its own weight. At the tip of its abdomen lies its most infamous weapon, a venomous stinger capable of delivering a sharp, burning pain that lingers long after contact. But the true strength of the fire ant is not found in any single individual. It lies in the colony. A fire ant colony is a city beneath the surface. Tunnels stretch outward like veins, connecting chambers dedicated to specific functions. Some rooms house larvae and pupae, carefully tended by workers. Others store food, while deeper chambers protect the queen or queens, the reproductive heart of the colony. Temperature, humidity, and airflow are subtly regulated through architecture alone, a feat achieved without blueprints or central planning. Within the colony, roles are clearly defined. Workers gather food, care for young, and defend the nest. Soldiers, often larger and more aggressive, act as the first line of defense. Queens focus solely on reproduction, producing thousands of eggs that sustain the colony's growth. Each ant follows simple rules, yet together they create behavior that appears almost intelligent. Fire ants are opportunistic feeders. They consume seeds, insects, small animals, plant matter, and even human food waste. This dietary flexibility allows them to thrive in diverse environments, from grasslands to urban areas. When a food source is discovered, chemical signals known as pheromones guide others to it, rapidly forming organized foraging trails. Aggression is central to fire ant survival. When threatened, they respond instantly and collectively. Disturb a mound, and within seconds, hundreds of ants emerge, swarming toward the disturbance. They bite first, anchoring themselves, then sting repeatedly, injecting venom that causes intense pain and inflammation. This coordinated attack deters predators and establishes territory. Reproduction ensures expansion. Winged males and females leave the nest during mating flights, dispersing to form new colonies. Once mated, queens shed their wings and begin the process anew, laying eggs and raising the first generation of workers alone. In some species, colonies contain multiple queens, allowing for explosive population growth and increased resilience. Fire ants are remarkably adaptive. When floods threaten their underground homes, they do not flee randomly. Instead, they link their bodies together, forming floating rafts that protect the queen and young. These living structures can drift for days, surviving storms and currents until land is reached. Few insects demonstrate such collective problem solving. The success of fire ants comes at a cost to the ecosystems they invade. Native species often struggle to compete with their aggression and efficiency. Fire ants displace local insects, alter soil structure, and disrupt food webs. Small animals, ground-nesting birds, and reptiles can fall victim to swarms, particularly vulnerable young unable to escape. Humans have felt the impact of fire ants acutely. In agricultural regions, they damage crops, equipment, and livestock. In urban areas, they infest lawns, parks, and homes. Their stings pose health risks, especially to individuals with allergic reactions. Efforts to control their spread have proven challenging, as colonies recover quickly and adapt to new threats. Despite their reputation, fire ants also play ecological roles. They aerate soil through tunneling, recycle organic matter, and control populations of other pests. Their presence is not purely destructive, but their balance is easily tipped when introduced into new environments without natural competitors. Climate change may further influence their expansion. Warmer temperatures and altered rainfall patterns create favorable conditions for fire ants to move into new territories. Their ability to exploit disturbed landscapes gives them an advantage in a changing world. Scientists continue to study fire ants to understand collective behavior, communication, and resilience. Insights gained from these insects have influenced fields ranging from robotics to network theory. Their colonies demonstrate how simple rules can generate complex systems capable of adaptation and survival. The fire ant does not think, plan, or reflect. Yet its actions, multiplied by thousands, shape environments and challenge assumptions about intelligence and power. It proves that dominance does not require size, only unity and persistence. Beneath the surface, the colony endures. Workers march, queens lay eggs, and the cycle continues. Silent, relentless, and extraordinarily effective, the fire ant stands as one of nature's most striking examples of strength through cooperation. In a world that often celebrates individual power, the fire ant reminds us that true force can emerge from collective effort, working patiently and endlessly, just below the surface.